Have you ever witnessed a moment so unexpected, so deeply moving, it forever changes the way you see the world? This is the story of a quiet janitor at a prestigious school, a man overlooked, mocked for daring to play a piano that wasn't his. But what happened next? It stunned an entire school and reminded everyone that kindness and hope can bloom in the most unlikely places. Every morning, just before the halls filled with the chatter and footsteps of students, Mr. Harris arrived, with his mop and bucket. The school was an elite academy nestled in the heart of a wealthy neighborhood, with grand halls, polished floors, and, of course, a magnificent grand piano in the music room. This piano belonged to Elizabeth, the rich girl whose name echoed through the corridors. Talented, confident, and admired by many, Mr. Harris was invisible to most. A soft-spoken man in his 50s, with worn hands and kind eyes, he swept floors and wiped desks with quiet diligence. But there was something more to him, a secret passion that only the empty halls knew about. Sometimes, when no one was watching, his fingers would dance lightly over the keys of the grand piano, filling the empty room with the gentle sound of a melody that spoke of longing and hope. One chilly autumn afternoon, Elizabeth stopped by the music room early, hoping to practice before her lesson. She opened the door to find Mr. Harris sitting at her beloved piano, eyes closed, lost in the music. Her laughter rang sharp through the room. "What do you think you're doing?" she sneered, folding her arms. "That's not your piano. You're just the janitor." Mr. Harris opened his eyes slowly, a faint smile touching his lips. "Music doesn't belong to anyone," he said softly. "It belongs to those who feel it." But Elizabeth shook her head and left, mocking whispers following her down the hall. Word spread fast. Students whispered about the janitor who dared to play the rich girl's piano. Some laughed, others whispered, "Why would he even try? It's not his place." The school was divided, a place of privilege, and then the quiet man who dared to cross invisible lines. But there was one student who saw differently. Mia, a shy girl in the choir, had watched from the shadows. She recognized the sadness behind Mr. Harris's music, the beauty hidden beneath the surface. One day she approached him quietly, asking, "Could you teach me?" The look in his eyes was a mixture of surprise and gratitude. "I'd be honored," he said. As weeks passed, Mr. Harris and Mia met in the music room after hours. He taught her to feel the music, to let it flow through her heart. Their secret lessons were filled with laughter, mistakes, and triumphs. Slowly, the music began to change, no longer just a melody of solitude, but a symphony of hope and friendship. Then came the school's annual recital, an event where only the best performers were invited to play. Elizabeth was slated to perform first, confident and poised as ever. But something unexpected happened just minutes before she was to take the stage. Her fingers, nervous and trembling, forgot the notes. The audience shifted uncomfortably. Whispers filled the room. That's when Mia stepped forward, eyes shining with determination, and asked the music teacher if she could perform instead. The teacher hesitated but nodded. Mia walked to the piano, and as her fingers touched the keys, a hush fell over the crowd. The music that poured out was unlike anything anyone had ever heard. It was filled with the lessons and love Mr. Harris had passed on, the kindness that transcended social barriers. Each note told a story of courage, acceptance, and the simple power of someone believing in you. Elizabeth watched from the side, stunned into silence. After the performance, the applause was thunderous. But the most unforgettable moment was when Mia called Mr. Harris to the stage, inviting him to join her. The janitor who had once been mocked now stood in the spotlight, tears shining in his eyes. "Thank you," Mia whispered, "for teaching me to believe in myself." From that day forward, something changed in the school. Walls that once divided students and staff began to crumble. The rich and the overlooked found common ground in music, kindness, and respect. Mr. Harris wasn't just the janitor anymore. He was a teacher, a mentor, and a symbol of hope. And Elizabeth? She learned that talent and kindness could come from unexpected places and that mocking others only dims your own light. Can you imagine how that felt? To be ignored, mocked, and yet to rise and inspire an entire school? That's the power of kindness. It breaks barriers, heals wounds, and lights the darkest rooms. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to share a kindness story of your own in the comments below. And if you believe in the magic of hope and transformation, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another inspiring story. Because sometimes the most powerful music is played not by the famous or the privileged, but by the quiet souls who refuse to be invisible. And stay tuned. Our next story reveals how a small act of kindness saved a life in the most unexpected way. You won't want to miss it.